Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Soundclash number 6, coming at you live and direct from the KUMO HQ. This is Feazilla. We've got a very exciting clash today with 6 contestants. Sam today was chosen by Tom. Let's play it for you now. Okay, dope. So you know the rules. I'm DJ Feazilla. I have a load of guests, some from KUMO, some guests sometimes. But we each have an hour to flip the sample, then come together, share it with each other, share you guys, rank each other, and decide a winner. The winner from each round picks a sample in the next challenge. Simple as that. So no further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, welcome back again to the next Soundclash. Tom, that was your sample choice. Why that sample?
I thought it sounded good at first, but as I worked with it, I started to dislike it really quick. It just caught my ear, and I just thought, you know, like when you can hear what you want to do with it when you listen to it.
That is. How did everyone else find that sample?
Real good. I mean, I've heard it before with one of my other tracks, so I tried to like not do the same style, but ultimately, yeah, it came out to be the same genre anyway.
I quite enjoyed it actually. I mean, it was a weird sample, but I didn't find it hard to match sounds with it.
Well, yeah, it's quite plain and it's quite small and quite simple. So it's like it can either be the foreground or like the base of the structure of like a melody, or it can just be like a full like texture sound, or you've got quite a lot of like scope to play with it, I reckon. Which yeah, it can be like over facing and you've got way too much choice, or you can just immediately have an idea and just like peg it down sort of thing. So we'll crack straight on. The first submission was from Tom, which is nice because you chose a sample. Nice. Yeah, I like the how you conveyed your idea, and it was really tight. It had a really good like tight groove to it as well.
Really nice mix, really nice.
Thank you.
The bass, as soon as it came in, I don't know why, but I instantly had like the thinking of crush it a bit, little bit, real little, take it. Like I can imagine that flowing on that so nice, but like a lot more groggy, kind of slow vibe. I like that.
Yeah, I think adding vocals would take it to like something that's really, really great. It was a solid foundation, but it was missing the vocals.
I felt like it was going someplace. Still feels like there's a lot to come with it, but I do like it a lot. I do like it. Very nicely mixed. Okay, sweet. Let's move straight on to mine.
Yeah, man, there were elements that I really like. So some of the drums I really like in that, but then at times it does feel a bit busy as well. Like maybe just cleaning it up a bit would give it like more polished feel and finish. Like where you have certain drum breaks as opposed to other ones. That's the only thing I would think. But I still liked it. I loved the vibe. Was cool. It was like, it reminds me of some footwork type jungle vibe, and I like that. It's good.
That was like a weird amalgamation of genres. Like there was different types of sounds I could hear. Like one part sounded a bit EDM-ish with the hi-hats, and then it went kind of like the snares with a bit of drill, kind of. And then as he said with the footwork, when he said the footwork, I was like, oh, okay, I can hear that a lot now. Yeah, clearly, I like that.
I like that you did something completely different. It was refreshing. It was like, yeah, refreshing to hear, and it had a lot of like power behind it. I think, like a lot of drive.
The one thing that I had was I did all the arrangement and I made like 2 loops and then tried to like feather them into each other. Obviously, with more time, I would have made those transitions a bit smoother. And also, there's some delay on the 808s, which isn't quite right. There's too much of it, and that's like cutting through like quite a lot and adding like almost like an extra 808 in the wrong place, and like at times as well. So yeah, like it's definitely too busy. But yeah, I definitely think I'll work on that a bit more and see if I can. Because I think as well, especially for a footwork song, they're usually like just way like slower builds and stroppers, and so it's like quite erratic. In if it were to fit into that family, I'd probably have to slow it down a little bit and make it more gradual through the build. But yeah, I just wanted to like show you all like the whole journey, but obviously I didn't have time to like pull it out properly. But yeah, safe. Let's go on to the next submission.
Yeah, very nice indeed.
That was sick.
The bass, what was that, an oscillator?
808, and then I use auto filter. That's with like the sound, the melody sound.
Can you send me your drum pack? Like make that drum and send it to me now, because I love that. I love everything about it. That was nice.
Yeah, that bass was so crisp, so clean, so good.
Yeah, the mix was good.
Right, on to the next one.
That was a vibe. That was a big vibe.
Heavy vibe, deep shit.
Got like burial vibes from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was kind of the aim. That was the aim.
Well, you achieved it, definitely, 100%.
Cheers, nice.
I'm gonna say it's like a bit slow to build. It's a bit too atmospheric. It's a bit too.
Oh yeah, really.
And then it like, yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So let's keep the pace up. Let's go straight on to the next one.
What was that bass? The bass thing that you have. Where's that?
It was a sample that I found of a bass that I just drew out.
I like that. That was a nice addition to the landscape of the entire sound, to be fair. And the reverb transitions that you started using there.
Yeah, I've started to include some automation now in the tracks.
Maybe like a really spacey, atmospheric feel.
Yeah. I didn't have time to structure it properly, so it was going to have like verses as well, but that was basically the choruses and the bridges together.
Right now, you're legendary for the vocal samples, so I'm just waiting for them now every time.
I need the vocals.
It also reminded me of the song Too Close by Alex Clay. Like commercial stuff, like TV commercial stuff. Good.
What do you mean by commercial stuff? Like TV adverts?
Yeah, he just placed a song. It was called Too Close by Alex Clay, and it got placed on an advert I watched, and it's like, oh, that's a dope song. So it reminded me of it. Really good tune. Too Close.
You just got. I just there's a couple of times when I think some of your effects sent some of your sounds out of time. Just keep an ear out for that, I guess. And when some of your transitions, they kind of like quite a lot of elements just kind of start at once together. So try and like build it a little more gradually and do smoother transitions. But other than that, it was the vibe was there. It was really good. I enjoyed what was there. Cool. Right, let's pace up again and go on to tax. The variation at the end was really nice, and I was like, I feel like if you structured it a little differently and just kind of chopped that in earlier on, I was like really looking forward to like where that was about to go. Then that was like a really good vibe.
Yeah, see, I did that right before I exported it, and I was like, oh, I wish I did that for most of the song. I didn't like that little animal sound that came in at 50 seconds away, and I was just like, oh, okay, I have to.
It's like a scratching, like a percussion. I thought it was like, I thought I could hear Oli eating still, and but no.
Nah, I didn't like it. I would have removed it right at the time, but.
Hey, that was good. I enjoyed the like calmness. It still evoked a lot of calmness for some reason for me, even with the jerks here and there. So I liked it.
That's good. Thank you.
Reminded me of Baths. I don't know if you know who Baths are, producer.
Who?
Like Baths.
Ooh, I don't know who that is. You're gonna have to message me then.
I'll send you it. It's like trip hop, but like not like even close to hip hop. But it's kind of like, I mean, some of that stuff is closer. It's more boom bappy. It's more got like the kick and snare groove. But some of it is literally just like ambient, like down tempo, like peaceful but like harmonic, like vocals and stuff like that, and then like kind of offbeat percussion and things that kind of throw you off. And that's what I got from that. But it was nice. I just wanted to hear it go further. That's like I wanted more, so that's good.
Yeah. That's always good. Leave him wanting more.
That's
Yeah.
I usually leave him wanting less.
All right, finish it, and then we'll see if I wanted less or more. All right.
Oh, okay, we'll do.
Tom, any notes from you?
I love the sample work that you did.
Thank you.
I loved how you were like cutting bits out and stuff like that as well.
That was my favorite part.
I felt like I wanted it to move to somewhere else, which it didn't do. But apart from that, it was bang on. The mix was like really impressive as well.
Thank you. I didn't get to mix it up much, but maybe that's why I need to stop doing mixing things.
I think it with me, especially doing these challenges, it makes me put things in a way that I trust them the first time, and I'm like, I'll get it to a reasonable level, not perfect. Like I can go back and fine tune if I've got time, but I'll get it to a comfortable level with minimal effects on, which is, I guess, a better practice anyway for trying to.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think it's teaching skills in that sense, to kind of like be comfortable with stuff, put it in, and then kind of move on, and then come back and fix it if it's clashing later, or if you kind of realize the soundscape's changing or something like that. But yeah, just trusting yourself first time is like kind of quite essential to this. Otherwise, you could spend literally an hour on modifying the sample, and like not in normal production, you could comfortably do that. So yeah, it pulls you up. In like,
to be fair, recently, like on all my beats, I've not been mixing in that much. Because of this, I realized that usually things sound better when I've just left them and only like EQ a little bit, if anything. Drums, I don't even touch them that much anymore.
Yeah, I mean, when you start getting into like the finer details, like the ear that you need to have and the time that you need to have, because you always need to listen to it, reference it on different devices, wait and let your ears like not crowd your headspace and all that sort of stuff, not wear your ears out, and then come back to it and keep coming back to it and try different things. And so yeah, it's just a completely different way of producing. We've all had a couple of minutes to go and re-listen to the tracks and make our decisions. So without further ado, let's get into the rankings, and we'll go back in the order of submission again. So we'll go for Tom. What are your rankings?
First place, Oli. I really it was to my taste. I think that's why it won.
We've got a similar taste, Tom. We've got a similar taste for sure.
He definitely reminded me of Flume a lot as well. But I think just, yeah, it did something for me anyway. And then after that, Shaun's, another absolute banger. Then Feaz's, then Tax, and then Louis.
Sweet, nice one. We'll go on to my listings, which I did Shaun in number 1. Very to my taste, proper vibe, well structured. It was all there. It's well mixed. Not really that far off actually being a tune. Then Louis, also a very similar situation, although if you had the actual vocals that would have gone in there and had a bit more variation, it was awesome. Really dope, proper vibe as well. That bass line was crazy. Then I go Tom, really not far behind Des, but I just didn't quite get the energy from yours that I got from those, but still structure, everything great. Then Oli and Tak in 4th and 5th. I'd go Oli first, just because the idea is more developed, and Tak yours, just as it got to the bit where I was like wanting to hear more, it just cut. So Luke.
Shaun first, because I like the production overall, and I feel like I would watch that live somewhere. Tom second. Again, like I think I said this before in previous challenges, so it'd be awesome to hear someone on that as a finished track. I feel like you could do a lot with that, like on so many different placements as well. After Tom, I put Tak. I liked the production, but I felt like it still needed a lot more work. It's something that I like to listen to, that style. It's made me feel calm, so I do like music like that. And then Matt was in next. It was a toss-up for me at that place, but at the same time, I felt like that one, for that genre, it was fitting. You just need to clean it up a bit and send it to someone like Chris. They'll be performing before no time. But yeah, and then Oli, I liked yours, but it reminded me of Tom's, and I thought that I liked his better, so I was comparing the two.
Shaun, your rankings, please.
Yeah, I went Tom first. I really liked what you did with the that bass sound. It just sounds really cool, well mixed, really clean. And I thought it was just like a few minor changes away from just being the final product. Whereas I feel like Louis' one, which is the toss-up it was in with, I felt like Louis needed like full verses on it and stuff. Whereas I thought yours was like a few vocal chops or a few effects away from being the final product. So I put you top, then Louis second. And then I went Feezy third because I liked the, the attempt at doing some like syncopated percussion and stuff that's like offbeat, and some footwork as well. We've not had any footwork, so it was refreshing. Then I went Tak because it reminded me of a tune I used to love. But between Tak and Oli, there wasn't really much in it. I do feel like Tak's could have developed more in the time he had, and Oli's was like really good, but just I think the mix let him down a bit. I think it was a bit rough, like even though the ideas were right and taking up the right space in the mix, they just were like not balanced with each other and like not well EQ'd or like reverbed when they had to be. But if not, it developed. It had good structure. But yeah, that's why I went for it.
Sweet, thank you. Oli, your votes?
Yeah, I put Tom first. I thought that all those sounds were really nice, and it was a fully developed tune. Really liked it. Next, I'd go for Shaun. Similar situation, but just slightly prefer Tom's. Maybe it's down to taste. Then I put Louis. Louis was good, but the criticism is that it just sounded like a lot of other tracks, and I feel like it was just using, some obvious. All the sounds seem like they're from the same genre every time, and I like music that just sounds different. And then I'm gonna go Tak afterwards. Tak, I really liked all your sounds as well. I thought I really liked when most of the sounds cut out and you could just hear the drums, and I feel like more of that, and then bringing those, I don't know if they were like Rhodes or something, but what that piano-y sound, so it would be quite nice. I think Tak's had a lot of potential. And then Feezy, I liked yours, but there's something that sounded a bit out of time, which meant I just didn't enjoy it as much. But it was still good.
All right, sweet. And Tak, your decision, please.
I think I'm gonna go with Shaun first. As he said, he was going for that burial feel. I feel like he accomplished his goal perfectly, and it was just the darkness, the ambience of it. It was just nice. I liked everything about it.
Cheers, man.
To be fair, there wasn't much difference between the top three for me. So for the next was Louis, just because I think the vocal samples is what edged him above Tom a little bit. If Tom maybe just had some vocals in there, he could have pushed it just above Louis. He just needed that vocal in there to push him above him. But yeah, so it's Shaun, Louis, then Tom. Tom, I love yours. As I said, instantly I just got reminiscent of that Kikuli song kind of, with that bass line and the drum. Then you just changed it with like how slow it is now. The drums are hitting in different type of places. Then after that, it was a close one with Matt and Oli, but I liked how chaotic Matt was. Like, it was just because as I said before, like listening to Death Grips, I kind of got used to that chaoticness, things just hitting in different places, thing being weird, like just blaring in your face. So I fucked with that a lot. So yeah, I'll go with Matt and then Oli.
Cool. So with no drama at all, let's start off in 6th place. Actually, today is joint 5th. On 10 points each, it is Oli and Tak on joint 5th. Then
yourself.
exactly. Then slightly above that, there is me in 4th with 11 points. Okay, reasonable amount of space between these three. So in 3rd place, we've got with 16 points, Louis. Then in 2nd place with 20 points, we've got Tom. Which means this week's winner again is Shaun. Congratulations, OG Mecha.
Well done.
So you're going to be supplying the heat for the next one. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the beats. Going to play Shaun's tune now. Check out his stuff. See you all next time.
No. Bang, 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 bang. No. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang, bang.